On November 4, a northern Minnesota man was indicted for an illegal cryptojacking scheme that caused significant financial losses, as announced by U.S. Attorney Andrew M. Luger. According to court documents, in February 2020, 44-year-old Joshua Paul Armbrust of Orr, Minnesota, resigned from his employment at Digital River, a Minnetonka-based global e-commerce and payment processing company. After leaving his job between December 2020 and May 2021, Armbrust engaged in a cryptojacking scheme using accounts belonging to his former employer. Cryptojacking is a form of cybercrime where an unauthorized party uses someone else's computing resources to mine cryptocurrency such as Bitcoin or Ethereum by leveraging the victim's hardware, which can lead to reduced system performance, increased energy consumption, and higher operating costs. As part of the scheme, Armbrust remotely accessed the company's Amazon Web Services account, AWS account, on multiple occasions without authorization and utilized AWS computers to mine Ethereum cryptocurrency. This unauthorized access resulted in substantial costs for the company, totaling over $45,000. The mined Ethereum was directed into a digital wallet and subsequently transferred to 2 Coinbase accounts registered solely in Armbrust's name. Armbrust then liquidated the mined Ethereum, totaling over $7,000, and transferred the proceeds to his Wells Fargo banking account. The indictment charges Armbrust with 1 count of computer fraud. Armbrust made his initial appearance on November 1, 2024, in the U.S. District Court before Magistrate Judge John F. Docherty. This case is the result of an investigation conducted by the FBI. Assistant U.S. Attorney Bradley M. Endicott is prosecuting the case. On November 14, 2024, 45-year-old Robert Purbeck of Meridian, Idaho, who hacked into the computer servers of the city of Newnan, a Griffin, Georgia medical clinic, and 17 other victims across the United States, and stole personal information belonging to more than 132,000 people, was sentenced to 10 years in federal prison. Purbeck also attempted to extort a Florida orthodontist for payment in Bitcoin, threatening to disclose stolen patient records and other personal information. According to U.S. Attorney Ryan K. Buchanan of the Northern District of Georgia, here are the charges and other information presented in court. In June 2017, Purbeck purchased access to the computer server of a Griffin medical clinic on a darknet marketplace. He then used the stolen credentials to illegally access the computers of the medical clinic and removed records that contained the sensitive personal information of more than 43,000 individuals, including names, addresses, birth dates, and social security numbers. In February 2018, Purbeck purchased access to a City of Newnan Police Department server on a darknet marketplace. Purbeck used the stolen credentials to hack into the City of Newnan's computer systems and stole police reports and other documents, including personal information of more than 14,000 individuals. Purbeck also attempted to extort a Florida orthodontist in July 2018, demanding a ransom payment in Bitcoin in return for his stolen patient files, threatening to sell the patient and personal information unless the orthodontist paid the ransom. Additionally, Purbeck threatened to sell the personal information of the orthodontist's minor child. Purbeck harassed the orthodontist and his patients for 10 days with numerous threatening emails and text messages. On August 21, 2019, FBI special agents executed a federal search warrant at Purbeck's home in Meridian, Idaho. During the search, agents seized multiple computers and electronic devices which contained personal information of over 132,000 individuals obtained through Purbeck's numerous data breaches, including the city of Newnan, the Griffin Medical Clinic, and at least 17 other victims throughout the United States. Many of these victims incurred substantial expenses, including remediation costs and disruption to business operations because of Purbeck's conduct. Chief U.S. District Judge Timothy C. Batten Sr. also sentenced Purbeck to serve 3 years of supervised release. He was also ordered to pay restitution to his victims in the amount of over $1 million. Purbeck was convicted of 2 counts of computer fraud and abuse on March 19, 2024, after he pleaded guilty. The case was investigated by the Federal Bureau of Investigation Atlanta Field Office, with valuable assistance provided by the FBI Boise, Idaho resident agency. Assistant U.S. Attorneys Michael Hershkovitz, Nathan Kitchens, Alex R. Sistler from the Northern District of Georgia, and trial attorney Brian Mond of the United States Department of Justice Computer Crime and Intellectual Property Section, CCIPS, prosecuted the case. The U.S. Attorney's Office for the District of Idaho also assisted with the case. After a 2-week trial, a federal jury in Las Vegas convicted a Cuban citizen and U.S. permanent resident on November 14, 2024, for helping to operate an illegal streaming service with one of the largest quantities of infringing works. The defendant, who was convicted of 1 count of conspiracy to commit criminal copyright infringement, is the 8th and final defendant to be convicted in the case. According to court documents and evidence presented at trial, 43-year-old Yoany Vaillant worked as a computer programmer for Jetflix, an online subscription-based service headquartered in Las Vegas that permitted users to stream and, at times, download copyrighted TV episodes without the permission of relevant copyright owners. At one point, Jetflix claimed to have over 183,000 different TV episodes, far more than Netflix, Hulu, Vudu, Amazon Prime, Disney Plus, or any other licensed streaming service. At Jetflix, Vaillant worked directly with Christopher Dahlman and Jared Jarecki, who were convicted of criminal copyright offenses by a different jury earlier this year. According to his resume, Vaillant had 15 years of computer programming experience when he started at Jetflix and knew 27 computer languages. During the 4.5 months that Vaillant worked at Jetflix, he made significant contributions to the operation of the service, including fixing issues affecting the automated downloading, processing, syncing, uploading, and streaming of Jetflix's inventory of infringing TV episodes. Evidence at trial showed that Vaillant and his co-conspirators scoured the internet to find infringing TV programs from pirate sites around the world, including some of the biggest sites specializing in infringing content, such as the Pirate Bay, RARBG, AltHub, and NZB Planet, using automated software and computer scripts that ran non-stop. Vaillant and his co-conspirators reproduced hundreds of thousands of copyrighted TV episodes without authorization and streamed the infringing programs to tens of thousands of paid subscribers located throughout the US, often providing episodes to subscribers the day after the shows originally aired on TV. The vast scale of Jetflix's piracy affected every significant copyright owner of a TV program in the US and resulted in millions of dollars of losses to the US TV show and streaming industries. Vaillant was one of 8 defendants indicted in the Eastern District of Virginia in 2019 for running Jetflix. In that case, Vaillant's co-defendant, Daryl Polo, a computer programmer, pleaded guilty to 4 criminal copyright counts and 1 money laundering count, which related to Netflix as well as another illegal streaming site he operated. Co-defendant Luis Villarino, also a computer programmer, pleaded guilty to conspiracy to commit criminal copyright infringement at Netflix. The court sentenced Polo to 4 years and 9 months in prison and Villarino to 1 year and 1 day in prison. In February 2022, the court transferred the case to the District of Nevada for trial. The court in the District of Nevada subsequently severed Vaillant's case from the other remaining 5 defendants, Delman, Jarecki, Douglas Corson, Felipe Garcia, and Peter Huber, and those defendants were tried in Las Vegas last June. Dolman ran the Netflix operation with assistance from Jarecki and Corson. Garcia was in charge of customer support and helped obtain TV show content, and Huber provided computer programming services. A jury found all 5 defendants guilty of conspiracy to commit criminal copyright infringement, and Dolman was also found guilty of 3 additional counts of criminal copyright infringement and 2 counts of money laundering by concealment. This was the largest internet piracy case by volume of infringed works, the first illegal streaming case ever to go to trial. The court will sentence Dolman, Corson, Garcia, Jarecki, Huber, and Vaillant on February 3 and 4, 2025. The court will determine any sentences after considering the U.S. sentencing guidelines and other statutory factors. Principal Deputy Assistant Attorney General Nicole M. Argentieri, head of the Justice Department's Criminal Division, U.S. Attorney Jason M. Frierson for the District of Nevada, and Assistant Director in Charge David Sonberg of the FBI Washington Field Office made the announcement. The FBI Washington Field Office investigated the case with assistance from the FBI Las Vegas Field Office. Senior Counsel Matthew A. Lamberti, Trial Attorney Michael Christin, and Acting Deputy Chief Christopher S. Merriam of the Criminal Division's Computer Crime and Intellectual Property Section, and Assistant U.S. Attorney Jessica Oliver for the District of Nevada are prosecuting the case. On November 25, a federal grand jury returned a 6-count indictment charging 21-year-old Jack Keegan Davis of Columbus, Ohio, with coercion and enticement of minors, production, distribution, and possession of child pornography, and cyberstalking. The indictment alleges that from August 2022 through October 2024, Davis used at least 4 social media platforms and 130 social media display names to pose as a minor and interact with other minors on social media. Davis used those accounts to persuade minor victims to engage in sexual conduct and to produce child sexual abuse material. Davis allegedly received that material, possessed it, and distributed some of that content to other minors, including classmates of one of his victims. He also allegedly used the material to harass and threaten at least one of his minor victims and their family. Although one minor obtained a restraining order, Davis continued to contact the minor and the minor's family after the no-contact order was served on Davis. FBI agents arrested Davis in the Southern District of Ohio, where he was ordered detained following a contested bond hearing. He was transported by the U.S. Marshals to South Carolina and appeared before U.S. Magistrate Judge Paige J. Gossett in Columbia, South Carolina, where he was ordered detained pending trial. U.S. District Judge Joseph F. Anderson will preside over the case. Davis faces a mandatory minimum of 15 years in prison on the production of child pornography charge and a maximum of life on the coercion and enticement charge. Davis also faces up to a $250,000 fine, restitution, a special assessment of $5,000, supervision by the U.S. Probation Office for a period of up to life following any term of incarceration, and potential sex offender registry requirements. The case was investigated by the FBI Columbia Field Office, the Kershaw County, South Carolina Sheriff's Office, the Franklin County, Ohio Sheriff's Office, and critical assistance was provided by the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of Ohio. U.S. Attorneys Elliot B. Daniels and Ariana N. Gore are prosecuting the case. U.S. Attorney Adair F. Burrows stated that all charges in the indictment are merely accusations and that defendants are presumed innocent until and unless proven guilty.